Hello, Clarity fam. How are we today? Today, we will be talking about stress. Understanding what stress is, the types of stress, common causes of stress, ways and strategies to reduce stress. It's part of my distress. I like to use these to distress. Understanding what stress is. What is stress anyway? Well, stress is the way our body responds to challenges or demands. That feeling that we get when we feel overwhelmed. It's like an emotional tension. We feel it, a state of mental emotional strain. And this typically results from unfavorable or demanding circumstances that we might have. So that's pretty much what stress is, and we have it classified into two types. So we have what we call the acute stress, and we have what we call the chronic stress. So what's the difference? Acute stress is short-term stress, that one that goes away quickly. It actually helps us manage things that are important that we have to do, or dangerous situations that we might find ourselves in. It's really good for like when you have deadlines that you need to hurry up and do. You feel that production and you're able to get things done. The productivity kicks in and you're getting it done quick. So that's the acute stress. The chronic stress is the one that we worry about. This occurs over a prolonged period and can have health implications if it's not managed properly. We don't want that kind of stress, do we? So usually it's caused when we're overwhelmed. For example, financial issues we don't know what to do about, problems in our marriage, problems in our relationships. You have a kid that's acting up, maybe suspended from school. Very stressful situations. But the difference between acute and stress is how the body responds to them. Well, both of them actually. When you have them, the body responds by releasing hormones. Such as adrenaline and cortisol. Now, these hormones prepare the body for a quick action, and that action is called fight or flight, run away, for immediate action. For instance, let's just say, let me give you an instance. For an adult who runs into somebody in the grocery store who bullied him as a kid, you could either fight by looking them in the eye to show them, I'm not scared of you anymore. I'm not. Looking him right in the eye. Or you could just cower and hide your face, or go to a distant aisle, like far away from where he could even see you. So what are the common causes of stress? A lot of different ones. We're just going to go over them. We have work-related pressures. We have financial difficulties. If you're unable to pay your rent, if you're unable to pay for your car, and the repo man's gonna come. When people have issues like cancer, Parkinson's, paralysis, relationship conflicts, like you got a divorce, just had a bad breakup, major life changes like death of a family member, death of a pet, death of a good friend. These are real life changing, so the stress kicks in. I have a special announcement. There I go again with my silliness. Please like, share, subscribe, share to all you know. Thank you. Ways to reduce stress. Well, believe it or not, if you wake up with a structure for your day, it reduces your stress a lot. So establish that morning routine and you'll see. Try it. You'll see how your day will go. So the importance of having a structure to start the day is it helps you manage stress. When you have that routine that you set, when you do that every morning, it sets out a positive tone and significantly contributes to a less of a stressful day. Try it. If you do these things in the morning, some of them, you don't have to do all of them, you will see the difference. So let's start with exercise. Some people wake up a little earlier and do a 15-minute exercise, just physical activity. Not too long. You don't have to do 30 minutes or an hour. You will see that it will boost those endorphins that make you feel good. So when you go to work, it's a feel-good day. Practice mindfulness, which is, you can do 5 minutes of meditation or deep breathing, exercises for a clear mind, things like that help a lot. And nutrition is very important. A lot of people skip breakfast, but as you hear them say it, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Try and have that. Include lean proteins, whole grains, maybe fruits and vegetables. Not a lot. You don't have to have a whole big breakfast, but if you can include those things, then that helps. Nighttime, create a nighttime ritual. When you do that, it signals the body and it signals the mind that it's time to wind down. This is time for us to wind down so that we can sleep. Rest. Quality sleep. Quality sleep is essential in reducing our stress and overall health. How do we do that productively? Disconnect. Turn off your electronic devices 30 minutes before sleep. I actually try to do that a lot, but I'm still guilty of it sometimes. Try to minimize the blue light. Once you do that, turn off your electronics. It tells your brain like, okay, don't want me anymore, trying to sleep, relax. So consider activities that are like reading. Some people do gentle yoga, a warm bath to relax the body. I like listening to water sounds, water fountain, waterfalls, rain sounds. Ooh, lovely. Ensure that your environment is a little dark and cool for the best sleeping conditions, because if you're in a hot environment and lights all over the place, you're probably not going to get a good sleep. Change your negative thought patterns, what we call cognitive behavioral techniques. Focus on identifying, first of all, identify and change those negative thought patterns that we might have. Let me give you an example. You're in a meeting downtown, somewhere you had to go to a meeting, and there's a bunch of people in the meeting, and then someone across from you shook her head and uttered something to the lady next to her. You caught her eye, she caught yours, and immediately you assumed, she's talking about me. Meanwhile, the lady got a picture on the phone of her boyfriend being silly, on way to an interview, dressed like a clown. He just did that to lighten up her day. Absolutely nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. So we must learn to tell ourselves, everything is not about us. If you do that, and then when you start going down that negative dark hole, you can pull yourself back out of it, especially when it has nothing to do with you, because all you're doing is starting your day off or having the wrong attitude for the rest of the day because of something that really had nothing to do with you at all. So positive self-talk. This is a way to replace critical or negative thoughts that we might have sometimes. If you can replace them, instead of thinking negative all the time, replace it with encouraging and affirmative statements. And that will bring about a healthier outlook for you for daily, not just, in most instances where you start thinking negative, just switch it around quickly. Like in that instance with the lady, you could tell yourself, the lady doesn't even know me. Why would she be talking about me anyways? That would have helped you. Instead of going down that dark hole, you would have corrected it right away. Like, no, she doesn't know me. She's not talking about me. Problem solving. It involves breaking down things that you call stresses into manageable parts and developing a step-by-step approach to overcome them. Challenges. Example is trying to work on a huge project that your manager tells you, I need it back in 2 weeks. And it's a huge project. Instead of throwing ourselves into a frenzy, like the world is coming to an end, take some deep breaths, get to work. Sit down and map out the structure to follow. Break it down into manageable, productive tasks that you can handle one day to another, with the end goal of finishing it on time. When you sit down and map out that structure, you'll find out that it will work, and it's better than getting overwhelmed and maybe not started at all. Another way to reduce stress is building social connections. Very, very important. Social connections play a very, very critical role in stress reduction, because what they do is they provide you with a sense of belonging. Everybody wants to feel like they belong somewhere. An avenue for emotional support. You have these connections that you make and you keep. You keep the ones that are good connections. So if you have good people around you, engage with them. Engage with family, engage with friends, engage with colleagues that you like, engage with neighbors that you like, who could maybe be supportive for you. Somebody that you can talk to, somebody that you would run to if you have a need, a shoulder to cry on. And if you don't have that, there are also a lot of groups that you can join that have common interests, which can lead to meaningful interactions and relationships, like hobby groups out there. Do like volunteering to feed the homeless, join a book club. Some people, communities like church communities, the different things. Talk to a neighbor that you like, if she or he is right there and would be a good listener. Participating in community activities, that really does help, because that also makes you feel like you're giving back. So these can offer a good sense of like, I'm contributing something to society. I am. So definitely some things like that do help a lot. Oh, there we go again with me thinking about, please help me subscribe. Please help me like my channel. Please help me share it to everybody you know. So next Friday, don't mind me. Next Friday, we will talk about ways to reduce stress. Okay? All right. Till then, always remember, I care for you. And I love you. See you on Friday. Bye for now.
Thanks for spending time with me, Dr. Mary Opara. Don't miss next Friday for another powerful session. Until then, like, share, and subscribe to keep the conversation going. See you soon.